Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Super Primetime Max on the Debate with Arnab. The story we've been pushing, the campaign which we've been covering, your campaign, hashtag Students Matter, hashtag NEET Scam. And finally, after 2 days of non-stop coverage, trying to give a voice to the voiceless students, the Supreme Court today heard the petitions filed in the NEET scam case and ruled that it will not stay the seat allocation of candidates for NEET 2024. The seat allocation, that is the counselling, the next step before allocating seats, is set to begin in July. And to avoid any impact on the counselling, the NTA, the controversial National Testing Agency, has told the Supreme Court that it will cancel the ad hoc grace marks given to 1,563 NEET candidates, and that the students will be given the option to take a retest. Viewers, this does not solve the problem in my view. This is patchwork. It's a band-aid. It's a quick fix. If at all a question is raised again after the re-exams, the National Testing Agency will conveniently say that we had to ensure the retest and results of the retest were released before the Supreme Court mandated counselling. With all due respect to the honourable courts, with all due respect to the Supreme Court, I have to say that this verdict is allowing the NTA to shoot off the shoulders of the apex court. The NTA has essentially admitted in court that ad hoc grace marks were given. Even the Education Minister of India has said that mismanagement happened at the ground level. He's spoken of leaks at the ground level. So there's been a huge error. And this cannot be resolved by just saying that we will allow 1,563 candidates to take a retest optionally. Because the bottom line is this: the entire system has been corrupted, not just around the edges, but in concentric rings going right up to the center. Is this what it was all about? Is this what the campaign was about? Is nobody going to make NTA answerable? Ladies and gentlemen, we have people. We have people, we have students, we have parents, we have aspirants who've come and told us that there are not mistakes, there are systematic, glaring discrepancies and malpractices in the NEET exam. Unfortunately, today's Supreme Court order is just an attempt at allowing the NTA to get away. It does not solve the elementary issue of whether the process of examinations in the NTA, which has control over the academic and professional lives of millions of Indian students, whether the NTA is operating in a transparent manner. So unfortunately, the NTA gets away this time. That's debate number one. We had a nationwide uproar over the NEET scam. The NTA swings into some action forced by the Supreme Court, but I'll tell you why I do believe that this attempt at withdrawing the grace marks is not a solution at all. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not just too little too late. It is not enough. It needs to be questioned, and that's what I'll do. Also, at 9 o'clock tonight, viewers, a story we've been following. We're getting leads, we're getting information, but a lot of stuff is source-based, so we can't talk about it. But I'll only say right now, with the information we have, that Pakistan better watch its back, because we're going to go after them. And we had the Prime Minister have a meeting with the newly reappointed National Security Advisor and the Foreign Minister today. I think Pakistan should watch out for what's going to happen next. It's only a question of timing. That's at 9 o'clock tonight. And here are the headlines, ladies and gentlemen, this Thursday evening on The Debate Tonight. After a huge and long campaign and 3 days of a nationwide uproar, the NTA is forced to swing into action. It has ordered for a re-exam on the 23rd of June. But is this action enough? Your network's relentless campaign makes the NTA forced to withdraw the grace mark policy unexplained and without any precedent for 1,563 candidates. After back-to-back terror attacks in the Kashmir Valley and in the Jammu region, the Modi government plans to give it back to Pakistan. The Prime Minister has had a top-level security review today.
कि हम इनको मुंह करारा जवाब देंगे, चुन-चुन कर, एक-एक कर हम इनको मार गिराएंगे.
India is talking tough on terror. DGP Swain says India will give a befitting reply to those responsible for the martyrdom of our braves. Also warns locals supporting terrorism. And the Prime Minister is in Italy to attend the G7 summit. He is also expected to hold bilateral talks with his Italian counterpart.